Okay, this is Tom Postlethwaite's project. It's the first project he did at A2, so it's a project that lasted sort of 6-7 weeks, something like that. Okay, so he's chosen his overall theme, which is culture, and done a little cut and paste. So typical exploration. Tom's style is very clean, very open, very crisp, and he tends not to put too many words on a page, though there's quite a few there. So over the page we've got starting to explore the theme a little bit more, a little bit of an overlay going on, and quite a nice little sort of collage out of bits of paper looking at people, are obviously a big part of culture. And he's got his brief down here, and it's looking at tents that get thrown away at festivals because people can't be bothered to pack them up and tidy them away or do anything with them, and they get abandoned. So he's looking at a sort of slightly environmental angle. So he's got some little sketches of things that relate to festivals, the wellies representing Glastonbury, and people, not surprisingly. Nice little photo shoot. One of Tom's strengths is nice quality photographs. So he's gone to a bit of trouble to find things that, you know, bits of litter that represent the end of a festival, muddy boots, etc. And they're nicely composed, they're nicely framed, they're nicely mounted. Might have had a little bit more analysis of them. So he's got his tents, which he's interested in, and sort of muddy bits of nylon, sort of showing what he's interested in. So he looks at Andy Warhol. We always look at some artists for a bit of inspiration, and then he starts simplifying out the shapes of the tent from this into kind of pop arty sort of colours. So he's got some nice overlays there, a little experiment with pointillism, and looking at recycling and current logos for recycling things. Found a few things that make sense, so like the careful camper, and trying to work out what to call it. So you've got sort of mend it, send it, things like that. Trying to find a name for this concept. So looked at envelopes and how things might look, because the idea is to get things sent off and helping people. So some nice little exploration, nice little sketches. So he's got fix is one of the concepts, because the idea is these tents will not be perfect, they'll need some fixing. So he's explored a little bit of sort of sewing, because that's what it's all about, is sort of mending tents and getting them in use again somewhere, perhaps in the third world. So some nice little experiments dealing with the sewing machine. Always nice to see a sort of cross flow of ideas between different subject areas, so bringing that in has worked well for him. So we've got the development of this theme here. He's just decided to call it Fix, mending tents for people in need. Better to have a tent than to have nothing. So we've got some nice shoots here. Okay, so we've got a sort of an initial poster, very bright, very colourful, very simple, and he's overlaid that with some other little ideas. And the badges work quite nicely. It's made a nice logo, and then he's got some more inspiration here, taking it through different ideas, different directions that he's working with for poster layouts. And then he gets very quickly into this idea of the Fix label, and it's just subtle variations of putting the white on the blue, or the black on the blue, or the white on it. And they're really simple things to do, but they make a good page because it's strong, clear, sharp, and it makes sense for the market that he's working with. Looking at the t-shirt design, which is very likely, people going to festivals are likely to promote this, so it makes sense to create a nice t-shirt. So he's picked up his bright design that's come from earlier in the project, and his final presentation includes a mount board which has got his big Fix logo looking like that. Works really well, simple, clear, bright, and he's got a t-shirt design which he's printed up his tent with the envelope on it about sending tents away to be fixed and helping people in need. And that was his first project.